uh, I can hand that to you if you want to read that or you want to present that. I don't know how you are going to do it. But really, why is there a divine plan? This is a very interesting story which I will tell you before we move on. And that is because there is a fault in the creation of Brahma. There is no death. So when there is no death, everyone keeps getting born. So the earth is overburdened. And earth goes to Brahma and says, listen, you have to take away people from here. And he says, yes. So he creates Mrityu. And that is where Dr. Anand Kumar has been researching Kal, Mrityu, Yama, why all this. So he creates Mrityu and she refuses. She refuses. She says, I am not going to go down to the earth and bring people back. I will be the most hated.
She says, I can't touch your creation. She tells Brahma, these are your creation. How can I kill your creation?
So anyway, when she starts crying, to cut that long story short, it's a fairly long story, he takes her tears in his hand and he sprinkles them all over the world. And he says, now nobody will blame me. Because every tear will provide a reason why somebody is dying. So somebody is sick, somebody there's an earthquake or there's a flood or whatever, there's a war, so there is a reason. And so you will not be blamed. Everybody will say, oh, that is, the cause is not you, but it's something else that happened. So that is why, and then Brahma, Earth says all this is fine for future, what about now? So Brahma goes to Vishnu and says, you have to help in this. And all the denizens of heaven are called and said, you go and take your roles and prepare for a war. And Krishna, as Vishnu, incarnation of Vishnu, comes down to make sure that entire destruction takes place. So that is the divine plan. So they are all immortal, they come here and become mortal and then they become immortal again. So now, Dr. Anand Kumar, how would you, I'm giving it to you as the floor because you've been working so much at it.
Well, the logic of divine is very different from human logic, and we are not programmed to understand it. And the logic of divine is really based on evolution, that how mankind will evolve. And we know that humanity is still evolving and it has not reached the end point of its evolution, neither it would ever. So we are the University of Indo says that we will evolve till we evolve out of our humanity into a newer race. All these problems of humanity will remain. And till we evolve out of our humanity, these scriptures will remain valid. But once we evolve out and become a different species, what will happen to this logic and these scriptures? So we are still an evolving race until we reach a point in evolution